Hi guys, welcome back to Gay Watch. I just wanted to do a quick little video because it is my final hour on Islay, and I just wanted to say a very big thank you to the few people that have tuned in and watched, and it's been really lovely to touch base with a few people on Facebook that I haven't spoken to in a while, and really to share the whole experience of Islay. It really is, all joking aside, like a really beautiful, magical and wonderful place, and it's always got a special place in my heart. And yeah, although I've been here alone on this trip, you guys have made it feel like less alone, so that's been really nice. I'm kind of sad to be leaving in a way, but also I'm kind of like, I feel like it's the right time. I didn't really sleep that well last night because it was raining all night, and I knew that I was going to have to pack the tent up in the morning and get the ferry and everything. So yeah, the kind of like the wind and the rain on the tarpaulin is kind of like lovely for the first few days, but after like day 4 the novelty's worn off and you kind of just like, I wish it would shut the fuck up for like 2 minutes so I can just actually go to sleep. So yeah, also the beans, pulses, lentils mixed with black instant coffee caused quite an explosive reaction this morning. So all in all, I was kind of like, yeah, the journey has come to an end and it is time to go back to city life. So I will do a little sort of recap and pop some photos in and bits and bobs. This is probably the last time you will see me in the Vauxhall Corsa. I am so pleased that I changed the car, because with the first car, I really felt like the clutch and stuff was very like loose, and I feel like in Islay you need a car with a strong, tight clutch. I'm sure all you tops out there know exactly what I mean. You appreciate a strong, tight clutch, and who can blame you? So yeah, I will touch base with you soon. But I am back in the big city and I've got a spit's worth of makeup on. I've got better hair. I've got a questionable hairline that has been sprayed on to cover up my male pattern baldness, and quite a heavy power brow. There we go. I mean, there were times when I was in Islay, I looked in the mirror and I thought, who is that middle-aged balding creature looking back at me? Worry no more. So yes, I'm back in Hackney, the borough where somebody is always screaming on a street corner for no apparent reason, and you are being smoked out like a badger by the most astringent and powerful smell of skunk you have ever smelt in your entire life. It's a pleasure to be home. So yeah, I thought I'd just do you a little video about my trip back from Islay. So basically, I woke up on the morning I was going to leave. I hadn't had much sleep because it had been raining all night, and I was aware that I was going to have to get up and pack the tent up. Now listen guys, I don't know why these tent manufacturers make the bags so bloody tiny that you never stand a living chance of getting that fucking tent back into the thing. So yeah, it was a bit like trying to fold up a kind of giant wet used condom. So you can imagine, you know, at 8 o'clock in the morning, I was really thrilled to be doing that. Anyway, so I then went to Port Ellen where I was going to get the ferry. I was about 2 hours early, so I did a little kind of walkabout. I will insert a little bit of footage of me getting onto the ferry. I'll do that now. Hi guys, just waiting to board the ferry now, and I will be on my way to the mainland. Jack, when this ship docks, I'm getting off with you. Daddy, it's the ship. Oh, Mother, shut up. Don't you realize the water is freezing and there are not enough boats? Not enough by half. Half the people on this ship are gonna die. Not the better half. You unimaginable bastard. I then knew that there was like a drive ahead of me. So I got into the mainland about like 2:30. I knew that there was a drive ahead of me of like the best part of 500 miles, and it was going to take like 8 hours. So, you know, you start off by sort of going through like Tarbert and Inverary and then Loch Lomond, and then you sort of come out sort of on the outskirts of Glasgow. So yeah, I thought, what better way to get through this than by, you know, pumping out some tunes, getting the windows down, really getting into the spirit of it. So I think there was a lot of middle class families in their 4x4s that were like, I didn't know that Whitney, Britney, Kylie, Mariah, Madonna and Cher were doing a Scottish tour world debut. Well, guys, in fact, it was me all along. So, yeah, I think it pissed off quite a few people. They were just like, we want to just go back home, you know, enjoy the scenery in peace. I was like, no, bitch, I've got to get through this. So, yeah, I basically just, my kind of philosophy of thinking was like, get through the next 100 miles, drive the next 100 miles. The problem was that at the end of that 100 miles, there was another 100 miles. So I was driving till like 12 o'clock at night. And what I noticed is that there was very few cars. There was a lot of lorry drivers. And I thought, these poor lorry drivers, these poor men, they know the true essence of a lonely heart. I mean, they are out on the highways and the byways 24/7, night and day. And I thought, what better way to communicate to them and send out some healing vibes on the airways than pumping out a bit of Celine. So yeah, there was a bit of a switch up by night. We had a lot of kind of like, I drove all night to get to you. And then also have a lot of like, all by myself. So yeah, I think they appreciated that. And it got me thinking actually also of Graham Torrington's Late Night Love. I mean, there was a man, he had a voice like hot caramel dripping down a summer's window. I mean, there are a lot of our problems in our world could have been soothed with half an hour on the phone with Graham Torrington. You know, and you always used to get a sort of 50-something-year-old couple that would phone up, didn't you? Like Ted and Rita. And Ted would call in and he'd say, you know, I want to give this message to Rita after 46 years of marriage. I want to tell her, I never believed we'd get through our bankruptcy and the house being repossessed. I never dreamed we would get through our son Daryl losing his job at the sausage factory and our daughter Belinda being charged with GBH on an Audi sales assistant. But we have, and I'm here tonight to tell you, Rita, I'm leaving you. I've found a nice Thai bird and I don't want this marriage no more. You've ruined my life, the kids bleed me dry and I don't want no part of it no more. I'll be staying in the camper van in Clacton until the divorce goes through. Good night and goodbye. So, you know, I had time to reflect as always, and you know me guys, there is always a deep reflection. So yeah, I overall I really enjoyed the camping experience. I thought it was a good experience. Um, a lot of people took the piss out of me. They were like, "How are you going to cope without makeup, hair straighteners, all your like Netflix, all your bits and bobs?" The truth is, guys, actually, I wasn't really that bothered. It was more stuff like, you get home and you just flicking the light and putting the light on, or, you know, just something simple and mundane that you take for granted. So every night that I was camping, there was a lot of thought process that I had to do beforehand. Had to sort of like plan the day out of like what you're going to do next. Have you charged your lights? Have you got the stuff ready to go of like going in the rice cooker? I mean, guys, I was living off a rice cooker for 10 days. I had those little sachets of lentils and them little sachets of rice. And every night it was like, right, Delia, full on Delia cooking program in the elements. So most of the time I was just thinking like, being in Islay is quite a physical activity. You're on the go, you're trekking every day, and you need a lot of carbohydrates and things to keep you going. So I'd get this rice cooker and just smash all this stuff in there. Rice, lentils, bit of sauce, bit of rice, bit of more lentils, and yeah, just cram it in there. I mean, I finally know how a top feels. Just cram it in. So yeah, I mean, it was always a bit of a kind of guessing game as to what flavours I had going on. Like the top two layers of this kind of condensed solid mass of carbohydrate would be like French or Spanish inspired. As you work your way down from there, you might get to a little Mexican vibe. And as you get to the bottom, then you'd probably like get a bit more of an oriental feel. So, there was a lot of influences from a lot of different places around the world happening in a tent in the Highlands of Scotland. Mixing it up. Basically, overall, I would give the camping experience like 5 out of 10. I'd probably do it again. It was quite fun. The only thing I found personally is that I went to like Scotland to do a lot of photography, and it was really tricky in the tent to like evaluate my pictures, see what I'd got. So yeah, that was a bit annoying. Also, there was not much downtime because really for me, I only wanted to be in the tent to sleep. I didn't really want to be there for anything else. So a lot of the days I just spent driving around, going to beaches, going to different parts of the island. Yeah, so I might do, try and do more sort of travel blogging because, for the 5 people on my Facebook, they really enjoyed watching me, thought I was very entertaining. Who knew? So yeah, guys, I just want to say really big thank you. And, I've enjoyed having a laugh and kind of sharing the experience with you. And yeah, let's see what happens in the future. Take care. Bye, guys.